So my name's Chris Brudenell, and I'm going to be talking tonight because I'm passionate about trying to change things a little bit by changing little things. Now, if you could use a combination of Google Street View and Doc Brown's DeLorean sports car, punch in 1977 on the 2nd of June at about 6:25, you would turn onto a lane like this, and you would materialise outside 69 Matson Lane, which is where I lived. And the 10-year-old me would be sitting in the upstairs window, anxiously waiting for my dad to come home. In my pocket were 2 tickets, and in my jacket pocket was a bag of Maltesers, because tonight, my friends, we were off to the circus. Now, this was a massive deal for me. When I was a kid, there wasn't a lot of spare cash around, so nights out like this were extremely rare. So when I got home, I scoffed down my tea, had the briefest of baths, and got dressed, ready to go. And I sat on the window sill, waiting for my dad's white Ford Escort to come down the road. The minutes ticked by, 6:30, 6:35, 6:40. I knew the show started at 7:15, and it would take at least 20 minutes to drive to the park where the circus was. 6:50, 6:55. There were no more mobile phones in those days. No frantic texting could be taking place. But my mum tried to ring my dad's office, but everyone had gone home. 7 o'clock, 7:05. My mum waited anxiously, hovering at the bottom of the stairs, waiting for news. 7:10. The tears started to come as I realised we were never going to make it. I stormed downstairs, and in an uncharacteristic show of rage, I threw 2 crumpled tickets into my mum's crumpled face. I grabbed my bike and headed off down the lane. Now, I'm not telling you this story to get sympathy tonight, but I want us to start thinking about the circus, because that's where we were going, and how I think these acts from the circus, we can learn some lessons from that. Now, every circus has a leader, a ringmaster, whose job it is to direct the show and to make sure everything happens when it should and when it's supposed to. And if you're the leader of an organisation, or you're a leader in the family, you need to be that ringmaster. John C. Maxwell says a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Everyone knows who the ringmaster is. They know who to turn to. They're visible. And they know to turn to for guidance. And if you've got teenage kids like me, they just ignore you anyway. Now, one of the most exciting acts is the trapeze artist. And in this, timing is everything. And you have to learn and have to know when to let go. And that's true both in business and in family life. We need to delegate, and we need to know when to let go. Richard Branson said that he has been successful in his business career because he hires people who are better than he is. When we learn to let go of what we can and what we should, then that will free up time for us to do the really important stuff in life. Then there's a knife thrower, and here, targeting is everything. It's when we have clear, measurable, thought-through goals in life, in both our work and personal lives, that we'll be more likely to achieve what we want out of life. And then we need to write them down, because a Harvard study a few years ago showed that you're 10 times more likely to achieve your goals when you commit them to paper. And if we get it right, we come to love this list, and hopefully it'll give us shape in the midst of the chaos. Now, life is stupidly busy sometimes, and we can easily feel overwhelmed by everything that has to be done. And I sometimes feel that life is doing me rather than me doing life. But goals help us to get back on track and reduce our stress levels. Now, look high up into the big top roof and see the tightrope walker, and this is all about balance. It's that walk between those 2 platforms and making those tiny, constant adjustments, tiny movements in order to keep the performance on track. Now, this is something we need to be prepared to do every single day in order to keep each task going and in the right direction. Someone said this, that we should be stubborn about our goals and flexible about our methods. And having clear goals is essential, but we must be prepared to continually make adjustments as we deal at what life throws at us. If you're a parent, you know it can be a massive difference between the plan you started at the start of the day and what you ended up with. Flexibility is the key to a successful day at the beach. That and wet wipes. And finally, we have the clowns. Because in all the hectic hurly-burly of life, we need to stop a while and smile. Be willing to make a fool of ourselves, and occasionally, above all, remember that we should never, ever take ourselves too seriously. Andrew Carnegie says this: there is little success where there is little laughter. So, here's an idea for you. When you get home this evening, fix yourself a drink, get yourself a pen and a notebook, and give yourself some time to think. Decide what's important, write it down. Put that notebook somewhere safe. Find where you can easily find it. Finish off the drink, maybe have another one, then feel pleased with yourself as you do that, because you have done something which others find it really hard to do. You've begun to take control. Then smile, because the rest of your journey has only just begun. Thanks for listening.